Esquire with the Black Tea Brown Sugar Network, and I am going to share this a few times before I get to chatting about things. Subscribe to earn drops. Let's talk about post. I am live. This is not a recording. Talk perspectives about classes and races. And let's see, classes and the Negro in past and present. Trigger warning, just in case. In Pittsburgh, when I was in Arkansas, I never heard of that. But in Pittsburgh, this is something that people do. It's like, plus the trigger warning, just in case people read it and they get triggered. They don't want to watch the content, see it. That makes sense. Maybe it's just something that evolved, and by the time I moved here, it was more of a thing. I actually don't even know if I can be heard right now. All right, I can. All right. So welcome to the chat. Share now. We're gonna share in groups. Yeah, we're gonna share it in groups. I haven't shared there in a while. I want to talk about the Negro. Ooh, the Negro. Now I'm from the South. All right, so my perspective is based on that and exposure. I've been in a lot of places, and I have a different perspective than people who have not had my life, and I think that's obvious. Where maybe some other people are like, I feel like don't think it's obvious. Like I'm like, so this is where I think it's beautiful to talk. You get to know people. You get to learn about people's path, people's journey. You get to learn about where people been, where they're from, and I think, in essence, that helps you understand and learn about people. So I'm from Arkansas. Well, I lived in Arkansas a majority of my life. I live in Pittsburgh now. South, north, big difference, big contrast. And so I get called, and because I think a lot of people, let me see me go on this video so we can know. Let me see if I don't. There we go. No, I don't want to go to nobody's page notifications. So yeah, and being from the South, I'm like, I've, or just forget being from the South. Like I think I see things different when it comes to the Negro and niggas and bitches. And so be transparent. And I want y'all to is it not gonna let me click on this video? What is happening here? Maybe it ain't. Um, what's oh, they're not gonna let me click on the video. Let's see if I can find this video. No, I hope it's not deleted. It shouldn't be. Messages. Oh, let me get out the DMs. I'm going to have to edit that part out later. Let's see. Notifications. Yo, I think they deleted it. No, I was just about to like finally do this video on a shindig, and it looks like they just deleted it. They deleted it. Oh no, no, no. Hold on. There you go. There you go. Let me see if I can forward it to. Let me unsave it and then just save it again. All right, let's see if I can go to my saved videos. Can I do that without pulling up my whole life? Here you go. All right, so here's a video. I'm not sure if it can be heard.
Billy, what's your name?
Oh, it's loud as fuck. Okay, so it can be heard. All right, so this is the first thing that I want to acknowledge in this video. Billy is a person, specifically white people, is something that they said. And this guy did not say black people. Now, I know, this is supposed to be depicted in two different worlds. This is back in probably about 100 years ago. But I feel like it still applies. That's where I feel like. And I think that's where people get triggered. People get triggered and they get mad because when you say bitch and you say nigga, they automatically think you talking about black men and black women. That's what I think. And so it's easy to get triggered because it's like and when you say something, if you say these niggas is fly, these niggas is fired, and it's like hell yeah. But if you like these niggas is crazy, these niggas is blah blah blah, it's like how you gonna talk about black men like that? I want to tell you something, America. I'm not a nigga. I have nigga in me. I was born into niggerdom. I came from a nigga. So I recognize nigga shit, but I am fighting every day to not be a nigga. And so these things that this white young man say he heard about Negroes, I relate to that. I relate to a lot of this shit. I was lazy. I was complacent. I was a lot of this stuff. That's why I'm overweight. That's why I'm behind in life. That's why I'm 38 right now. And I don't have a lot of the things that I thought I would have because I was on some nigga shit. Point blank. And then I got homeless for like the second, third time. And I was like, what am I doing? What am I chasing? Women. Trying to impress women. Trying to impress people. And I'm like, that's some nigga shit. That's the difference. That's the difference. To me, I was being a nigga when I did not put me in who I needed to be first. When I needed to grow, when I needed to heal. No, I made excuses. And so when I heard this video, and I'm gonna play this video, it reminded me of me. And so when she girl said Negroes, I heard this about the Negroes. I'm like, shit, that was motherfucking me. So I'm gonna play this video, and so we can get some context.
My name's Billy too, but my daddy says I'm not supposed to play with you. Why he say that? My daddy said that Negroes are a sickness on the community and a bad influence, dirty and thieves, and beggars and bums, and they don't know how to read or write, and that they're sticky and stupid and lazy and way too lazy to work an honest job.
Well, my daddy did, but my mama say white folks mean as all get out, and hating and resenting on account they used to keep all colors as slaves, and now they're not allowed no more. And that's why I can't use a good restroom at the fair, and the man in the store won't let me in so I can buy chewing gum or soda pop.
What kind of chewing gum you like?
Engine Scout.
Red or yellow?
Yellow.
I hate the red ones.
The red ones taste like puke.
Yeah.
My name Billy. What's your name?
My name's Billy too, but my daddy says I'm not supposed to play with you.
Why?
All right, now. So again, I can acknowledge that maybe specifically, we're talking about her and her family and her people. But I'm talking about in 2025, we have the chance to do and be something different and something more. I Esquire. When I was being lazy and I was being complacent, I was a burden on the community and the people around me. That was just a fact. When I was not taking care of me and my responsibilities, that put the burden on somebody else to do it. That was me. I'm going to replay this video. I'm going to take it back to the beginning and I'm going to say why and the things that I personally am struggling with and had to fight and deal with and why I said I related to this video. So I'm going to play that and I'm going to show. My name ain't Billy, so I can't relate to the beginning.
He say that? My daddy said that Negroes are a sickness on the community and a bad influence.
I was a terrible influence. I was learned because, again, I was raised by Negroes. I was raised with some Negroes. I was taught, fuck bitches and get money. So that taught me not to respect women. I couldn't even imagine, understand. I couldn't have conversations with a woman. Oh, but me and bitches got along real good. Real good. Bad influence because then I was talking to kids and I'm telling kids, yeah, fuck these bitches, man. And not like having sex with them, but like, man, fuck these. They were like, these big bitches crazy, man. Because that's all I knew. Crazy enough, that's all they knew. That's all the people related to. Not even the kids, friends. Because I'm sitting here thinking about the kids, and I guess it ain't nothing. I guess I really was like kids, like fuck. I think I didn't cuss around, but I think even my friends. I could even say my frat brothers, my friends, my peers, and even when I was a kid, being in high school, man, we wasn't giving each other the healthiest advice. Like, ain't no way in the world we was doing that. I can't. That's why my GPA was a 1.7 in college. Why I almost got kicked out of college because I was doing some nigga shit. And if I ain't get myself together, I would have been out of that mug. I graduated high school with a 1.3 because I was on some nigga shit. Now, I can blame me being molested. I can blame us being poor. I can blame me being struggling. I can blame my ADHD. I can blame all these things. But I just got to accept that that's just where I was in life. That's my path. That Negro path that I have gives me the opportunity to connect and understand people differently. I hear people differently. I get to talk to people differently. I get to understand people differently, and I appreciate that. Everybody's different, and I get to see that. Ain't nothing wrong with being no Negro. I think to be a nigga, it's your life. I learned. I had this vision that I was like, I got to get out here, and I want to establish peace in this world, and I want everybody to be just happy and loving, because I thought that's what everybody wanted. I had to learn there's some people with some nigga mindsets. It's like, I don't want peace. I want chaos. I kill somebody, and that's what, like, it's the psyche. And so when I think about being a bad influence, when I think about these things, man, that was me. Now, I know some other niggas that's bad influences, and I've tried to call them out, and they get triggered, they get offended, they get, what you trying to say? You think you better than me cause your kids, you ain't even got kids. You don't know how hard it is to raise kids. Man, my kids smoking, it's all right for them to smoke weed. Like, nigga, they 13, but I guess I ain't got kids, so I can't say nothing. But when I was a nigger doing some nigger, when I'm on some nigger shit, and I'm like, man, fuck them kids, let them smoke weed. But I'm like, now as an adult, as a man, it's my obligation to take my feelings and put them aside. And if I say I'm having kids and bring them into this world, I need to take care of these kids. Ain't no such thing as me getting mad. Ain't no such thing as me getting mad at them for being kids. That's why I had them. It's a long game. It's a long. But so that's what I'm gonna keep playing the bit. So bad influence. That was me.
Dirty and thieves.
I ain't take a shower every day. Internally and externally, just dirty. Mentally dirty. I stole because it was normal. It was just normal. Like to lie, it was just normal. And I was taught it by an amazing, wonderful black woman that I love. My mama, I love her so dearly. Rest in peace, rest her soul. But I remember us going to the movies to go see Nutty Professor, and we didn't have money because we were poor. And so we all, as a 4 or 5 person family, wanted to go see this Nutty Professor movie. Oh, somebody got to lie. We're gonna have to lie. So listen, you and you and you. I need all y'all to say y'all 4, 3, and 4. All right? Yes, ma'am. Oh shit, this ain't gonna work. That's lying. People gonna know. And we got in. Laughed my ass off at that movie. Had such a great time. Reggie, it's a great movie. I love the movie to this day. And then again, a few years ago when I was doing all this healing, I had to look back and be like, why do I lie so easy? Where did it come from? I learned to lie and it led to fun. And I got really good at it. That's some nigga shit. That was some nigga shit. That was some poor shit. That was some impoverished shit. That was some low class. That theater does not exist anymore in El Dorado, Arkansas. And but they had free for kids that a lot of people like. Would have still existed if people told the truth. As a business owner that has a business, man, I don't like being lied to. I don't want to be cheated out of my pennies. But when I was a nigga, I couldn't have a business. I couldn't understand that concept. So yeah, man, this was me. This was me. I don't know who else can relate to it, but I know it was me. So that's why I'm like, was Negro a class? Is Negro a class? Or is it really a color still? I know some white people who are bums. I know some Mexicans who are bums. I know some Koreans, some Asians who just bums. Dirty thieves, lying, panhandling. Do they get exempt from being Negroes? Hell to the no. It ain't got nothing to do with color, in my opinion. That's what I think. That's what I think. I think everybody, because there's so many entities, there's so many resources, there's so many places in this country that's like, I want to help. Because this country, I think, is a business. This business succeeds off of the people succeeding. If everybody's paying their taxes and if everybody's employed, man, that's the country that's winning. And if people ain't doing that, then it's like they put systems in place. And I'm trying to understand those systems. I'm telling you, coming from homelessness, coming from losing my mama, coming from all these barriers, struggles that I had to overcome, that people were like, it's impossible. That nigga shit. Like, yeah, I had stuff on my record. I got locked up for shit I didn't do. And when I was in jail, I remember being locked up. I felt so stupid for being like, I didn't do it. That's all you hear people saying. Like, man, I ain't even do it. I'm like, nah, for real, I ain't do it. But I'm like, man, what can I do to prevent this shit from happening again? And it's like, you know what? Let me stop putting myself in these situations. Because, yeah, there was something I could have done. And that took me, that was part of me being too nice. I got to stop being too nice to these motherfuckers. Anyway.
Beggars and bums.
Beggars and bums. I feel like I'm preaching a sermon now. Beggars and bums. I was not doing what I had to do to take care of me. And granted, I didn't know how. And I can make up all these excuses, but facts were, because I was not working and doing the things and saving my money and budgeting and splurging on clothes and dates and all this flashy stuff that didn't matter. Rims. I had rims and a system in my car and on my car before I had my taxes paid on my car. Own a car note. And I got rims and shit. Calling the car note company, telling them, can I pay up next week? Because I got to pay on these rims from Written Roll. Some nigga shit. And then I got to call and beg everybody else. Now I need mercy. Now I got anxiety. Now I'm like angry at people because they not giving me, like they ain't got bills to pay. Like, yeah, I was on some nigga shit. I'm like, damn, that makes sense. Because now I'm working. And now I'm saving, and now I got money in my savings account. Now I got money put aside. An emergency coming up, I got money for it. Not because it's easy. There's shit I want all the time. There's things I want to do all the time. I wanted to go to Amsterdam this year so bad. But I had to. I got to exit off because I got a budget. I didn't do what I had to do. So I'm like, yeah, this makes sense. And I can beg people for it. But I'm like, no, I can budget for it. And that don't mean I can't ask for help. And I don't mean people can't ask me for help, because we can't nobody do it by ourselves. But I love helping people that's helping themselves because they appreciate help differently. They don't feel obligated to it. They know how hard it is for you to go up, get up every day, and go to your 9 to 5 and work 40 plus hours a week. They know how hard it is. So when they come to you and asking you to borrow some money, they're going to pay you back. And they asking you with the intent on paying you back because they know how hard it is for you to get them coins. I like them people. I like them people. The people that don't know what it took to get it, nah, you can't expect them to pay you back. They may, and sometimes it's like, oh shit. But I think those are the people that had the intention to, man. Some people be feeling like they're gonna wait till they get rich. And I'm like, you're not doing nothing to head there. This is a donation. This is not a loan. We gotta learn the difference.
And they don't know how to read or write. And
I didn't read or write. Like I'm telling
they're
you.
sticky and stupid and lazy and
They just got carried away. They just repeating the same.
way too lazy to work an honest job.
Man, you see people. Man, you see people at their job not doing their shit. That's it. That was me. I stopped. I quit working at McDonald's because I said this shit too hard. This is laborer. I'm not a laborer. I need to be management. I was 17. I didn't need to be a management. I needed to learn how to be a laborer. I need to learn how to work. But I was like, this shit is too hard. I was making. It was only $5.15 an hour. That's crazy. That was terrible, man. I was making $5.15 an hour. What was your minimum wage first job? I quit after training after maybe a month. Training was 3 weeks. I worked there a week, got my first paycheck, and was like, this is low. I need more money than this. This is too much work for this amount of money. But I wish I had stuck with it, man. And I guess I went to college, so it is what it is. And I guess, I did go to college, and it worked out. But there's some things that I was like, I have been really lazy about. And again, that's why I hold myself accountable to being overweight. I started biking. I stopped making excuses. I lost over 100 pounds. I ain't had to get cut open. I ain't had to have no surgery. That don't mean it was easy. But shit, neither was being 420 pounds. Being 380, 390, 395, 400, back starting to hurt, getting tired, sweating all the time, out of breath, needing help, getting up twice. God, dog. That was hard too. And yeah, I get bored working out, man. That's why I got a bike. I get a bike and I go biking. And I love food, so I go biking and I go find food spots. And I make it worth it, but I get about 30 to 40 miles in when I bike, and I love it. Because I plan on getting old now. That's some man shit. That's some human shit. That's some adult shit. I feel like we are born, and something I even was thinking about how sometimes we want to take it in Q to Oregon, take it to religion. Sin. It's sin. All these things, man. But I'm like, is it? And that's why I'm like, I think sin got to be more intentional. I think being a Negro, being a nigga, being a bitch, all that is like in this category of ignorance. Because you hurt yourself. Me being lazy hurted me. Me being complacent hurted me. Because somebody else showed up and they got the opportunity. Somebody else showed up and got the promotion. And that's what I had to learn, man. 30 plus. I'm like, man, me being a nigga, me being a Negro, that's hurting me. I don't want to hide who I'm in a relationship with. That's some nigga shit. I don't want to have to be on some Titantron at a baseball game and hide the girl I'm with because I got a wife at home. That's some nigga shit. But because he white and he got a suit on, we like, nah, that's a man right there that's fucking up. Men ain't shit. No, that's a nigga. That's some nigga shit. That's a nigga that's, if I ever seen one. Because I know some men who's leaving their wife because they not happy. I never seen that before because all I knew was niggas that was cheating. So yeah, I cheated. Yeah, I made up excuses for it because I remember I had so many, I almost want to say men because so many of my elders tell me if you want a successful relationship, you need to have multiple women. You need to have multiple women. You need to have a girl on the side because, man. And I'm like, that's not true. I get in a relationship. That shit be getting hard. I'm like, man, let me call such and such up, man. Stupid. And then I can blame the girl because she cheated first, because she did this, because she did that. But I'm like, bro, why don't you leave? If you don't feel respected, if you don't feel happy, leave. And yeah, sometimes that will lead to arguments. That will lead to... That's why I'm like, all right, well, let me stop having sex with women, because I'm learning that sometimes that's part of the problem. And until I care, until I know she can handle it, until I know she can respect me, even if that means I gotta wait till I respect myself, because being a nigga, I don't respect myself. I'm expecting other people to do it for me. I'm expecting everybody to love me more than I love myself. And so, yeah, I was on some nigga shit. Let's go to some of these motherfucking comments. People did not like what I said. So I was like, Daddy ain't lying. Because again, I was thinking about me. And I'm like, shit, I have been a Negro. But that has sparked people to comment. So the first thing people usually do is go to my page and they call me fat. I don't give a fuck about that at all. Like that bothers me none. But I guess to some people, it's like, they call me fat. Anyway, let's go read some of these things that people said. Now, what I love to do, I love talking to people. So I'm not attacking people. I'm not calling black people these things. I'm saying I've seen it in myself. And so if people are willing to have a conversation with me, I'm willing to converse back. Let's talk, baby. How do you feel about what I said? And we can talk about how you feel. We could talk about your thoughts. We could talk about your whatever. And so I'm open to that as I'm doing now. And so there's some people that do inquire and be like, what do you mean? I want to know. I'm going to say gluttony is a sin. Be safe. My doctor says I probably eat too less, and that's why I gain weight. But anyway, brother, you've been brainwashed. And then people don't read my other comments. They kind of see one thing and then they run with that. Somebody said I'm a house slave trying my best not to be chewed out by my master. Don't worry about me. I'm not human. So I'm like, I have no, I process these. Like when people say these things, I'm like, do they have validity? There's somebody that is saying these things. Like they like, you look like Donald Duck. I'm like, whatever. But I'm like, no. Have I been brainwashed? Like that's real. Like that's valid. I need to think about that. Have I been brainwashed? Am I? Hey, shout out to the South. But yeah, am I? But I think in my brain, I'm like, no, I don't. It's not coming from a place of hate. It's not coming from a place of being like, I'm not shit or I hate myself. It's like, no, I've seen things in me that I needed to fix. And so I'm grateful that I chose to fix those things. So I don't know, man. I'll keep processing. I think I can make this screen a little bit different. I'm learning. All right, so let me see what else you got. You're agreeing with a man that's supposed to be a cartoonist, racist. Yes, I am, because that's just like a question. Who taught you to hate? And see, this is what I love. Who taught you to hate what God gave you? Who taught you to hate your own people? And I'm like, oh no, I'm no longer a nigger or a nigger. I'm a powerful and educated black man, and I hope the same for everyone else stuck in that mindset. It's a mindset, not a race. And some people read that. And some people are like, bro, you motherfucking yapping about. You need to get off the internet. And I'm like, I don't think people get it. Some people do, though. Some people get it. Some people are hearing it. Some people are listening. Because I think some people also relate. That's what I think it is. I think some people relate to who they are, what they see. And I remember, if we still talking about, if we want to talk about racial shit, slavery was bad until, somebody said it wasn't. So I'm cool with taking this criticism. I'm okay with that. Because I come from a place of peace, and I know that. I come from a place of good intention, and I know that. And I don't expect that to always be understood from people who don't know me. And so I always go on people's page to see who they are. If it's worth even like, ooh, I can move this. If it's worth even like entertaining, so to speak. Shut your fucking mouth. I guess that's what that means. I like to like some. Gluttony's a sin. Be safe, brother. You've been brainwashed. He's a house. Like I think of mindset. Daddy should have gave you tenor crush. And see, and again, to me, I'm like, if anything, this is some nigga shit. I guess I could point to where it's on the screen. This is some nigga shit. Like why down? And maybe they just expressing themselves. I'm gonna say they just expressing themselves too. They're just expressing themselves. You're agreeing. I feel like am I repeating the same comments? Um, there was some more somewhere, but yeah, man. Um, I want to, I'm still processing my thoughts around it all, I guess, and I wanted to come on here and practice that and practicing understanding how I feel about different things and about different things that I see and I experience. Practicing communicating, and I want to learn what other people think. I want to learn how other people feel. I want to learn how other people are processing things around them. So I want to start doing this site club where we can see things around the internet and try to come to a mutual agreement and understanding of like differences. More just differences, man. We're none of us are the same. None of us are going to perceive life the same. And I want to create a space where we can embrace that so we can learn that everybody is different. Not every woman is different. Not every man is the same. Not every man is the same. And I think that that is part of the beauty in this country and what this society can be is that you don't have to be anybody. You don't have to do shit. Just be. Just be. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get off of here. Appreciate y'all for sharing space with me tonight. I did this with no music. Heart if you appreciate it, if you liked it, if you listened.